Hello everyone, I'm Joel Jensen at the Nelson-Atkins Museum of Art, and joining us is Kansas Congresswoman Lynn Jenkins, fresh from Washington, meeting with your constituents here at home, and what are you hearing?
Folks are frustrated. They're as frustrated here in Kansas as they are in Washington, and I think everyone's hungry to get some resolution in Washington to this fiscal mess.
What has frustrated you personally the most about this whole ordeal? To talk about the debt ceiling?
Well, as a CPA, it's concerning to me to see the kind of deficits that we've been running in the last couple years, spending $1.5 trillion each year, more than we take in. Our national debt just exceeded our gross domestic product, so we're at 100% of our gross domestic product as you look at our national debt. Those are concerning statistics, and certainly something that we need to address. But at home, when I go to town hall meetings, jobs are probably the thing that it leaves them sleepless at night. And so, we need to be able to multitask in Washington, address the issue of the overspending, at the same time addressing the barriers to job growth.
Do you think that the taxpayers have the confidence that the sitting Congress can do that?
I think that they realize that we are in a divided government situation right now. When Republicans had unfettered power in Washington, I think they made mistakes. They didn't balance the books. And then I was there my first term when Democrats had unfettered power in Washington, and we just saw every day more spending, whether it was the stimulus or the president's health care bill or cash for clunkers. The list goes on, things that we couldn't pay for. And so really this gridlock to many is welcomed, because at least there will be no more out of control spending added on to what we already have. But I think they are eager for somebody to come together to actually start turning the ship around and fixing the problem. And so there's a lot of frustration, but we need to work together. Hopefully we can.
How painful is it going to be for us to tighten our belt?
Well, the federal government has taken on a lot of things that they should never have taken on, and I think that's the process that we need to go through right now, is just peeling back the federal government, pulling out our Constitution. What is it that we wanted the federal government to do in the first place? And then give back to the states what they should have rightfully had control over to begin with. Give back to the local community. Give back to each one of us as Americans what should have been ours to begin with. And that will take some time. It's taken decades to make the mess. It's going to take a few years to clean it up.
We have a little less than a minute. I've been told that it's particularly tough on people like you when you get to Washington, because lobbyists are around every corner, and they're lurking, and they're wanting more and more. How do you turn a deaf ear?
Well, I guess it's not hard for some of us that grew up in Kansas. There's not one person in Washington that can vote for me. I clearly know who sent me to Washington and who can send me home, and that's the people at home. So, while many of those folks have some information that will educate me on a particular issue, I'm not particularly swayed by anything but good facts.
And I know that you're trying to get a lot of those through your meetings, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by.
Pleasure's mine.
That's all the time we have for this edition of Newsmakers.